Welcome everybody to the Green Fork Food for Thought podcast. Today's guest is a coach, a fighter, a teacher, a promoter, many more hats, man of many hats. Don Walton has been an MMA athlete his whole life and has recently transitioned into the role of coach and event promoter for the sport, helping kids and adults learn valuable skills through the martial arts academy, martial arts at the Academy of Elite Martial Arts in Saratoga. He also has his own MMA event called Elite Fighting Promotions, where people from across the area can compete and showcase their talents in the octagon for all the local fans to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald, the soldier's son, Walton. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
By the way, it's a hexagon.
Oh, it's a hexagon, not an octagon.
Yes, it's not allowed to have an 8-sided cage. It's illegal.
Oh, really?
The UFC patented it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Right?
Smart move on their part.
Right? Because it's like, step into the octagon. So if I say step into the hexagon, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, not as cool.
Yeah, all of a sudden, not as cool of a sound to it.
So I got to tell you this story. My uncle had two Dobermans, Rolex and Timex were their names. They were watchdogs.
I knew that was coming. I already knew the punchline.
You know you're going to get some dad jokes here. So anyways, you've been in the game a long time now. You've been coaching for a while. That's how I met you many years ago now. You coached my son. You coached me. It's been great. So thanks for coming on the podcast. I appreciate you. How did you get into martial arts in the first place?
So I was a very hyperactive kid. So my parents signed me up for martial arts because I used to watch a lot of Japanese anime and I'd be trying to act like Goku and run around the house and be kicking and punching stuff. And eventually my parents were like, we're just going to sign him up and see what happens. And then at one point in my life, I stopped training for, I want to say about a year or two.
Yeah.
When I first graduated high school, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I had initially had plans to be in the military and they rejected me because I had a gallbladder removed.
Oh.
And I was searching in life for things of what I wanted to do with my life and I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I went back to training. That's where I met James Bruchek and I began training jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, karate, and eventually we ended up with a Muay Thai coach to start training Muay Thai. And I just fell in love with it. And I was working miserable jobs and I hated it because what I would do is I'd be working and I go, all I want to do is just be at the gym training.
Yeah.
How can I make this my life? And it really was not easy to accomplish. Yeah. And at one point during my fight career, I reached a point where I wasn't being challenged anymore in this area. And I decided to move. So I moved to Southern California for a while and I trained and lived there for about 5 years and I was competing there regularly. I really pushed myself there. And when COVID hit, I eventually decided it was time to come home. My life fell apart and I just said, I need to go back to where I'm from. And I had 2 more fights when I came home. And then I decided after my last fight, I'm going to retire from fighting because it reached a point where like my fight career was affecting my coaching career. Mm-hmm. And I had to have this heart-to-heart with myself going, I have to pick one.
Yeah.
And I chose the one where I could actually help people and make a difference. My fight career was for me.
Right.
You know, I did that to battle my own inner demons and to deal with my issues. And I don't know how to describe it other than after my last fight, it kind of felt like that thing inside me was finally laid to rest and was able to move on. Yeah. And so I decided, all right, now it's time to start coaching.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with coaching. And so I said, okay, this is where I need to put my energy now. I'd rather help other people. I've done enough for me now.
Yeah. That's awesome. I remember that fight when you started. That was your pro fight. You did, what, 1 or 2 pro fights? One pro fight. Won it in fantastic fashion and then hung it up.
Yeah.
That's a good way to go.
It was a weird feeling because I didn't think anything of it. And then the moment I remember sitting down in the locker room, my body kind of just rested and it just went, it's over. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, there's so much. I remember coaching you through that with nutrition and stuff. And it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
You know,
it was the only way I stayed alive was your food.
Yeah. Yeah. And even then, like you're in a pretty severe calorie deficit and hungry all the time. And that's got to mess with your emotions and you're just training all the time.
Well, you remember sometimes I'd call you all freaking out and was like, I ate this on accident.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I ate a cheeseburger. Am I going to be okay? Yes, you're going to be okay. Let's just dial it in, you know? Yeah. But it takes a lot. I can't imagine, you know, I've helped other fighters with their nutrition and just the nutrition alone is hard, right?
Yeah.
But having to train
because you have to lose a certain amount of weight, but you still have to remain strong for a certain time period. And
Right.
the last 48 hours leading up to the fight is the worst part because that's when I have to cut the water out, and that's where I go not so healthy for a moment.
Yeah.
So, and even the recovery afterwards, the stuff that you gave me to help me really helped, and that brought me back to life.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, it's one of the more challenging things to coach a fighter nutrition-wise.
Because you look at it and go, no, you need to be eating a lot. And you're just like, we still need to.
Because a lot of people have that mentality of like, I'm just going to eat what I want and then cut, 10, 15 pounds in the last week.
Which is awful.
Yeah, no, you got to gradually do it, but also keep up with the carbs. Carbs are your friend. You're training 2-3 hours a day.
Yeah.
You need energy. And you can't just cut it off with water at the last minute. You're going to feel like crap. And then the rehydrating process is pretty cool too. I gave you some protein, some electrolyte mix, and some, fructose basically to rehydrate you. And that's always fascinating to me. I just loved it.
I remember looking in the mirror afterwards. I could physically see my face just slowly coming back after.
Yeah. I mean, some of the pros, you see them like UFC, they're just emaciated up there in the weigh-ins. Like,
it's a broken system. I wish that we could just be at our walk around weight and be like, all right, we all good? Yeah, but no.
So what are they doing to like mitigate that now? I heard they're doing hydration tests.
Oh, one championship does hydration testing, but the UFC hasn't started to yet. When I was in California, they do this thing where they would weigh you the day of the fight, and if you gain back too much weight, then you weren't allowed to fight. I forget, it was like if you gain more than like 10 pounds or something like that.
Wow.
But
yeah, that would help.
But still, it's a long way to go.
Yeah.
I wish that there was something more we could do, but in the meantime, that's all we can do. I will say, before I met you, there were times where I would do really bad weight cuts, and I could feel it affect me because I wasn't using the proper nutrition. When you taught me more about it, definitely my performance increased tenfold just because I had little to nothing, but what I did have was important. So.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough sport for sure. What keeps you going through like all that tough times, like hard training and maybe not enough food and all the emotional stuff that you go through?
Just discipline.
Yeah.
That's all it is. People are always trying to be motivated and all that. Discipline, and part of it, a sick part of yourself, especially at a certain stage, starts to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But in like a crazy way.
Yeah.
Like when I reach about 160 pounds, that's when I'm having the most fun. But that's where like I don't know how to explain it other than when you reach a certain weight, when you're in that much of a calorie deficit, it reminds me of like, you can tell when a wolf is in captivity, it's fed, it knows where its food comes from. And then you see a wolf that's like in the wild where like it needs to earn its next meal.
Yeah, it's hungry.
It's that old, there's a Russian saying, I'm going to misquote it, but it's like a dog that eats in the morning drags its belly through the snow. So like for me, it just was like I had to earn every calorie I put into myself. So I, just fought for it. And I remember even like timing my meals where sometimes I'd have to be working and I would look at my class and be like, hey guys, I'm going to go microwave some chicken, rice, and broccoli real quick.
Yeah.
Keep going. I come back and I'd just be eating it while coaching. And I'm just like, yeah. So, and I'd just be teaching while I was eating just because I had to.
You have to eat when you have to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine. But you grew up in it. You've been doing that. I mean, I'm sure wrestling is pretty big,
I never really cut a lot. Like I would cut like 4 or 5 pounds in wrestling, but nothing crazy. Like I started my last fight camp at 185 pounds and I went down 155.
Yeah. That's
so
a big
very different. But also they weigh you in the day before, so you have a full 24 hours to recover.
Yeah. So you end up fighting at like 160 something?
My last fight, I walked into the cage. I was almost 170 pounds by the time I stepped in there.
Yeah. See? That's what's crazy about it, is that you watch these guys and they weigh in at like 130 and they're fighting at 150.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't condone
Yeah.
weight cutting. It's just unfortunately, it's part of our sport, and it's stupid.
Yeah. We just had a guy, Ray, at your last fight.
Yeah.
I helped him out. He cut like 20 or 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Did it pretty well. And he looked good in the cage.
Yeah, no, he did amazing.
Yeah.
No, I could see the physical difference in his body when he recovered afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. It really plays a huge role. But like I said, like you said, you've just been kind of dialed in the whole time. You live in the gym. You've made your life about being in the gym nonstop. I think once you told me, you just like maybe have one day off, but other than that, you're just in the gym, whether coaching or training or
every single day.
Yeah. with a lot of personal training clients and group classes, and yeah, that's cool. So you started with Taekwondo, did wrestling, you've done it all. What do you think your favorite type of martial art is?
That's like having a bunch of kids and you're like, which one's your favorite kid?
Yeah.
You got to pick one. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love jiu-jitsu. I love Muay Thai. I love any form of martial arts, really. Anything that's truly combative that you can apply.
Yeah.
And I like it all.
Yeah. I think, to me, what's cool about, like, if you look back at the origins of, like, the UFC, when they had all the different styles going against each other, and to watch it meld into something completely different now.
Back then, the argument was like, who'd win a fight, a striker or a grappler? And I'm like, all the top tier fighters in the world now are a good balance of both.
Yeah, you have to be.
And that's just what I feel. I'm not amazing at one or the other. I'm just balanced enough at everything where they're all equal.
Yeah. And some people shine in other areas. Like some people are just really good grapplers, not the best of strikers. Do you have a favorite fighter right now?
I am a really big fan of John Haggerty. He's in one championship.
Okay.
I'm a really big fan of him. I also really enjoy Superbon. I got to train with him for a while when I was in Thailand, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say those are my top favorites right now. They're all Thai fighters, obviously, but
yeah, man, it's such a tough sport. Those guys just eat so many shots, and
I know. Plus, also in one championship, they fight with MMA gloves instead of big gloves in Thai rules.
Yeah, so elbows, knees. Man, getting cracked with an elbow, splitting your head open.
I've been hit by many, and yet none of them got me.
Well, that's good.
None of them somehow busted me, and it wasn't from lack of trying.
Yeah. So like you said, you went to Thailand. You just got back from Europe not too long ago, training with Damian. Tell us about that.
So Damian Snyder, he's 13 years old. He just became a WBC world champion. So there was a championship out in Verona, Italy. He fought a kid from China. He fought a kid from France, and then he'd be a kid from the Netherlands in the finals to become a WBC world champion.
Hell yeah, Diamond Boy.
Yeah.
Go Damian.
Yeah, I do not recommend the food in Italy.
No?
I know a lot of people are going to be angry about that. But I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. People kept talking about how amazing it was, and I just was like, this just tastes like Italian food.
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner ingredients over there.
But like, okay, hear me out. There is something about the pain of regret when you eat pizza.
Yeah.
When I ate pizza, like I ate an entire pizza at one point, and it was one of the cheapest things on the menu at this restaurant. I'm like, I'm still hungry.
Yeah. Well, it didn't leave you feeling bloated and
that's what I'm saying. I just was like, I'm starving.
Yeah.
Like I was just hungry all the time because nothing made me feel bloated, which I understand because they don't have folic acid in their wheat products, but
yeah. They don't use any of the crap that we use here.
Yeah. I also wonder if it was the region I was in, but I didn't care for Italy. I really didn't.
Oh.
I was surprised. I thought I would enjoy it a lot more, but mind you, we were there to do work as well, so
yeah.
I got to do like one or two touristy things, and the rest of the time we were just training and fighting and just getting ready for that.
That's so cool. Yeah. You've trained him, you've trained countless others. I'm thinking about all the athletes that you have at the gym, and a lot of them compete in your shows. What's it like training kids that go as far as Damian or that even don't? It's just to watch them
super
compete.
Rewarding. Like I really do enjoy that for sure, and I think it does bring a lot of clout to our gym. Mm-hmm. But also, like my favorite people to train is just the average person that like enjoys martial arts. Like, fighters are divas, man.
Yeah,
as you know.
Yeah.
Fighters come with a little bit extra work than just training somebody who. It's fun to see somebody enjoy the art for what it is, just an art form, and that's how. A lot of the people that succeed the most in this sport, in my opinion, are ones that came into the gym. They had no expectations. They were just training and having a good time. And that was it. They were just looking to have fun and get in shape, learn something, and they just come in as a sponge. And then eventually they discover that they actually have talent.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody comes in and the first thing out of their mouth is, I want to be a fighter one day, I have yet to see that happen.
Yeah. I remember seeing a few people come in with that attitude, and you're like, okay, we'll see.
And then it doesn't happen because they can't focus on just learning and the art form and enjoyment. They just, every practice they show up to, go, I need to fight, I need to prove myself to be a fighter.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Some of the guys at the dojo, like Marcus and Damian and Joey and those type of guys, they don't really care if they win or lose.
No, it's all about experience. And especially they're still in the amateur circuit.
Yeah.
When you're in pro, okay, care a little bit more because that's your paycheck. But the amateur circuit's all about experience. It's all about testing yourself. And that's how it's always been for me. I don't care if I win or lose.
Yeah. You just go in there and train because you love it. And the competition is just to give yourself some competition to try and prove yourself.
Yeah. I'll take on guys where I look at them and go, I don't think I'm going to win this one, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I surprise myself. And there's other times I go, yep, I guess I was right. But I don't care. I was in it to test myself. And I have nothing left to prove to myself. I have done everything that I ever wanted to do in my career.
Man, it's amazing. I have the most respect for that type of athleticism because it really puts you through the grind, puts you through the ringer.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My son, William, trains with you.
Yeah.
He's been training with you. He's one of your first students.
He was my first student.
Yeah. There's an old video of that, like when you first got around, it was like him and Ray and Damian, I think. Cool videos. He's doing like a flying kick or something. Pretty cool. And like you were saying earlier, he trains because he loves it.
Yeah.
You know? He really doesn't love to compete, all that much, but he really likes to be there, and you've allowed him to coach some sessions, and I think that's where he kind of wants to go.
Yeah.
Is the teaching aspect.
I will say he has very recently sparring with him. I had a few moments where I was like, I need to turn up on this kid.
Yeah.
I almost got him the other day on accident, but still.
Yeah. That was the brown belt test, right? Or his
brown belt test, my second degree test.
Yeah.
In karate.
That was so cool.
I was just like, all right, you're pushing me. I have to push back a little bit now.
He said you came about this close to his nose, and he was like, oh.
I felt so bad. I was like, wow, I underestimated where that kick was going.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's got some strong, hard kicks too.
I know. That's the problem.
Yeah. So you're like, yeah, I got to turn up on him. Well, he can do it.
Yeah.
You recently are starting this curriculum with him. Mm-hmm. What is that again?
So Phil Nurse is who we're talking to about a curriculum. So Phil Nurse is one of the most famous Thai coaches in the world. He's the one, for instance, that taught George St. Pierre how to throw a Superman punch. So
nice.
Those guys. And there's a whole list of fighters that he's trained over the years. Mm-hmm. But I really think that William can benefit from that. And, I'm not going to be around forever.
Yeah.
I want somebody to be able to step up at some point and take over the program if it's time for me to step down.
Right.
I think William has potential to be somebody who could be part of that program. If not, take it.
Yeah. So is it sort of the curriculum in the way that the Alliance curriculum is?
Exactly.
Where it teaches you like an effective method of teaching Muay Thai?
Exactly.
Yeah. So then you can take that from there and do anything you want with it or whatever. And you have like a set curriculum, and you,
precisely,
as the head coach, can have your underlings coaching, and you know what they're coaching.
Yeah, and I can go, hey, today is this lesson here, and then I can just pull it up and go teach that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a good way of systemizing things. And if you didn't know out there, at the gym that we go to, Alliance Jiu-Jitsu is also a kind of a curriculum-based program. So you go in there, and it's, you're not really wondering what you're going to learn that day. It's a whole system that you can work off. And there's belt testing and all that. Yeah. There's no testing in Muay Thai though, huh? There's no rank.
So
really.
Under crew Phil Nurse, we will have a ranking system, cool. But I'm not going to be super strict about trying to enforce it. I'm not going to try and make it so that way, we have to wear they're called prajads. It's just an armband that they wear. Mm-hmm. It originally started as something in Thailand where a prajad was something you would wear that was like an article of clothing as you went off to war, and it would be something that belonged to either your mother or your significant other. And eventually it turned into something that you would wear to represent your gym, and some programs now use it as a ranking system. I personally don't feel as though I've done enough in my career as a Thai coach to justify that, but being under Phil Nurse,
yeah,
it's Phil Nurse's system, so that justifies it.
Yeah, sure. I think that's so cool that you also know the history behind all the martial arts.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I love the philosophy of martial arts, and because I got into it through Bruce Lee and his philosophy in Kung Fu, and then you look at like the Bushido code in Japan and all these warrior classes throughout history, and they all have their own way, their own martial art and their own history behind it, and that's just fascinating to me. Yeah, and you seem to know a lot about the Thai history, which is super cool. So you talked a little bit about your transition from fighter to coach, but you were coaching a little bit beforehand as well, but as you were a fighter. What was it exactly that, I know you said you had these demons that you feel like you conquered, but what's been different about not being a fighter anymore?
There, once in a while, I'll get a little bit of that itch where I do miss competing, but it's it takes a lot of energy for me because I have to put a lot of energy towards myself.
Yeah.
So like nowadays I take an hour or so out of my day for me to be able to exercise and take care of myself, do what I need to do.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
When I was fighting, it would take hours some days. Why is this starting to act up again? Oh, that got worse.
Sorry, folks. Maybe we can edit that out. Come on. Yeah, we'll have to edit this part out. That's okay. There we go.
All right, we found a balance.
Good. So, yeah.
Where was I?
You found time to take, a couple hours to exercise.
I would have to take, I would wake up in the morning and my first training session would be about 2.5, 3 hours, just waking up, just doing everything I had to do to burn whatever was on me. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I would eat, go to the gym, train a client or two, work out again for an hour or two, recover, maybe take a nap, go back to train client. Now I can train clients all day.
Yeah.
If I need to.
Yeah.
So.
And make your livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a lot hard. I mean, those fights don't pay out that much, do they?
No, my last fight I made $1,200.
Yeah.
I had $100 in my bank account.
Yeah.
And the day after that fight, when I got the money in my bank account, my rent was due, which was $1,200.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of money in it, so you do it for the love of it.
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Anybody who's in this sport for the money, you ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Like you need to do it because you enjoy it, and hopefully you work hard enough and earn the right to be able to make a real living off of it. That is your intention.
Yeah.
But you have to earn that, in my opinion.
I'm sure.
In the meantime, coaching now, I can really put the majority of my energy into that.
Yeah.
And the promoting aspect of things is a whole other subject. I'll let you know when I figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that. So starting the promotion, the Elite Fighting Promotions, you've had, 4 shows now?
Yeah, I've had 4 shows on as Elite Fighting Promotions, and this will be my 5th one.
Cool. That's awesome. What made you decide to start doing that?
So the one thing about Southern California where I was training and fighting...
Kings, MMA.
Yeah. Yep. You could fight every weekend if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like there were just shows everywhere. Here we've got one local promotion, and they do a good job. Mm-hmm. They get a decent crew together. They do a lot of decent things, but I just went, we need more variety here to help grow this community.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it. I was hoping somebody else would do it. Nobody would. And I said, realistically, what do we need to be able to make a show happen? Mm-hmm. Started looking more and more into it, and I go, okay, I know what we need to do. So then I just went and did it. Now, mind you, just like my fight career, I do it because I love it, not because I expect to make millions off this. The bills are paid right now. That's the important part.
Yep.
So it's about the fighters and being able to give them a platform. And also, as you know, I spent a lot of time traveling. Like I flew all the way to Italy for a kid to have 3 fights, which cool. But I fly to Italy. Or like a lot of times I drive New York City or Buffalo, Rochester. Sometimes I have to drive really far to Massachusetts or somewhere.
Yeah, for your athletes. Yeah.
So to be able to put something that's right down the road from my house.
Yeah.
And put something together there and be able to, it's almost my way of sharing with everybody. And the big thing for me is I also want to educate this area on what martial arts is because people still don't really know.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Thailand, it was a huge inspiration for me because like Muay Thai is like one of their national sports there.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe soccer competes with that a little bit.
Sure.
But everybody and their sister knows what Muay Thai is.
Yeah. Yeah, not so much the case here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Thailand, you can fight every day if you want to.
Yeah, those guys, I think you told me, have like 300 fights by the time they turn 18.
Yeah.
Usually.
But it's because they'll have an entire weekend where they're fighting somewhere. And when I say They're not fighting a big, glorious stadium. Sometimes it's a pop-up tent somewhere behind a bar.
Yeah, but it pays a little cash and they can feed their family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, they'll make $50 American in a fight, and that's enough for them to be able to eat for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, and those guys have to fight for that. That's insane. But here, people don't really know. I think jiu-jitsu is gaining popularity a lot since like Joe Rogan and all them are talking about it. But there's a great kids program at Alliance. There's a great Muay Thai program for you. It's nice to have everything kind of under one roof. Yeah. Even though there are two roofs now, technically. Yeah. But, they get exposed to all the different types of martial arts. You got karate, judo, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu. What else? You have an MMA program over there too?
We have one day a week where I discuss the fundamentals of mixed martial arts right now and just kind of... I tell everybody, I go, you need to train everything separately first. There's so many pieces to it. I can't put it all together yet.
Yeah.
That's like, let's compare it to math. You know what math is, then you learn what letters are, then you learn what shapes are, and eventually all those things at some point come together. Mm-hmm. But imagine just trying to jump straight into that. Like, it just... I'll have people show up to the MMA program. They've been doing Muay Thai for a while, and they go, okay, I want to learn MMA. I go, cool. You need to go learn jiu-jitsu next. Like, but I want to do MMA. I go, cool. Go learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And people in jiu-jitsu that want to come in and do MMA, I go, cool. Go learn Muay Thai.
Yep.
I go, once when you show me that you are proficient at both, we can talk about, like, putting it together.
Yeah. That's what it takes. And it's super cool that, that our dojo has all those things under one roof. But there's plenty of gyms out there in the capital area, and you're trying to bring not just the people that are local from, let's say, Albany or whatever.
I bring people from Buffalo. I bring people from Connecticut. I bring people from across the country. It doesn't matter. I will, if I'm able to afford it, I'll fly somebody in from another country. I don't care.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's all about putting on good quality fights. My policy with it is I will not put together a fight if it sells tickets. I put together a fight if it seems it'll be like a good matchup and it'll be competitive. And unfortunately, sometimes that means that I say no to people when I've had requests and I go to look at it, I go, that's too easy of a fight for you. Yeah. That's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah.
And then they go, well, I can sell this many tickets. I go, don't worry about how many tickets you can sell for me. I can sell the tickets. I'm not worried about that part.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that when people watch it, because the audience as a collective is a genius.
Yeah, they can see a fixed fight or whatever.
They'll be able to tell that I put together a fight that was meant to be easy for somebody. Yeah. And I just don't play that game.
Yeah, there were some good fights. I mean, I've been to all the shows, maybe minus one. I don't know if I made one. But anyways, great fights, great competition, evenly matched. So you can pride yourself on that. Really good job. Last fight you had, some kid got knocked out hard.
It was pretty competitive leading up to that. But again, you get hit the right way, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, he was holding his own for a second, but
yeah, shit happens.
You get hit in the head just right. That's it.
That's the sport, right? Yeah. When is the next show you have?
September 20th.
Okay.
It'll be at the City Center in Saratoga.
Okay, September 20th. You got a full card?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I got 15 fights booked right now.
15 fights.
Yeah.
That's a long night.
It'll go by quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do people drop out last minute?
It happens all the time. Yeah. I had a fight years ago. I think we've had this story told, but I'll tell it on the podcast for fun. I weigh in. I face off with the guy. I'm ready the next day. I show up. Promoter comes up to me and goes, I have really bad news. I go, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
And he goes, your opponent got impaled through the shoulder by a pitchfork.
What?
I don't know the details.
How does that happen?
I don't know. To this day, I never found out what exactly happened that led to that. All I know is somebody showed me an x-ray and you can see the pieces of the fork that were through his shoulder. And I'm like, I'm not even mad.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset, but I'm not mad.
Yeah, I'm impressed. How does that happen?
I'm just curious at this point.
Why are you messing around with pitchforks the day before your fight?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So stuff happens all the time. Yeah. I can't guarantee that all 15 fights will stay, but what I can guarantee is it's going to be a good show.
Yeah. People miss weigh-ins,
People get injured. People back out last minute. It happens, but that's also the sport. My first, I want to say 3 fights I signed up for all dropped out on me last minute.
Yeah, that sucks. Because you're ready to go. And then do they have Do you have replacements ready?
If I'm able to.
If they want to hop in, yeah.
If I have somebody available.
You tell somebody like, hey, I don't have anything for you, but stay in shape. Maybe something will happen.
Yeah. Or like I had a fight years ago that was supposed to be my first fight ever. 2 days, I get a phone call on 2 days notice. They say, so your opponent got a brand new tattoo last week. It got infected with MRSA. And I was like, the guy couldn't wait another week?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, he probably got the tattoo and then was rolling.
Yeah.
Got infected.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it happens.
Yeah, I guess so. There's probably a lot of stuff that happens. I know running my business, shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to think on the fly. I'm sure that happens for you.
Constantly.
Yeah, you just told me before that you had a caterer drop off last minute, so now you're scrambling to try to find another one.
Yeah, which I just got a phone call from one right now. I felt it in my pocket, so I know for a fact that we're going to have a caterer. It just happens to be, I'm like, great, this one just dropped out. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it'll work out.
Yeah,
everything always does.
Everybody wants to cater an event at some point, and somebody's going to be available.
Yeah, sure. And it's always a good time. There's food and beers at the shows. I've been myself. It's a great time. So if you're interested, check it out. September 20th, 6 o'clock.
So doors open 4:30. Fights start at 5:30.
Nice.
I discovered if I start around 6 or 7 o'clock, it goes too late and people want to go to bed.
Yeah, they go at 11 o'clock.
My last show ended at 9:30.
Oh, nice.
So, because I don't like to be out late.
No.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
And if people want to stay out late, guess what? Hop over to Caroline Street and have a good time.
You might even catch some more fights down there.
Exactly.
You were a bouncer for a little while, weren't you?
I bounced for like 2 days on Caroline Street. I used to bounce all the time when I was in California. But I bounced at this one bar. I won't say the name, but the second day I realized they don't have any staff. And I just said, look, I'm okay dealing with a job that has some danger. Yeah. What I'm not okay with is the fact that you don't have enough people to cover this entire place. Yeah. And if something goes down and I'm alone, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just step away at that point.
Yeah.
It's on you. Yeah. So I went to a psychiatrist the other day, and he told me I was crazy. I asked him for a second opinion. He says, okay, you're ugly too. Yeah. Yep. Just thought I'd throw that in there. What else is next for you? What else you got going on? You got the fighting promotion. You got coaching. Pretty busy guy, but anything else?
I'm working on right now trying to make a Muay Thai tournament happen.
Okay.
Working through the logistics of that.
So the promotion you have right now is everything. You've got some
but it's not a tournament. It's a promotion. It's a show. It's something that I put on, and people show up. They know they have one opponent. I want to put on a tournament. And so I'm working through some of the regulations right now for that, and I'm putting pieces together. It's going to happen. Just a matter of certain small details I'm trying to put together.
Yeah.
But
cash prize? Belt?
I can't do cash prize. That's illegal. New York State won't let me pay an amateur, but I was just going to be, gold, silver, and bronze medal.
Yeah.
But I'm putting together a tournament.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So I'll have more details on that once when I get certain things underway. I just got one last little sticky wicket I got to handle to be able to make that happen. But once when I get that together, I'll keep you posted on that.
You'll be a busy guy.
I would love to put together tournaments. I personally, as a coach and as a fighter, I like going to tournaments more than going to fight promotions, because fight promotions is like, it's a show. There's lights, camera, action. Yeah. You go to a tournament, you show up and you're doing one thing, and that's fighting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is it like a bracket system or?
Just like how you show up to a jiu-jitsu tournament. It's just Muay Thai instead.
Okay, yeah.
And there's rings.
Yeah. So you could have 4 or 5 fights in one day.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I'd be excited for that.
I could run it as like a 2 or 3 day event as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Festival, Muay Thai festival.
Exactly.
With vendors and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But the promotion you have now, you'll have Muay Thai fights, strictly Muay Thai, amateur and pro?
So I'm doing Muay Thai and MMA fights at my show. I can't do pro MMA because the regulations require you to be a millionaire basically to be able to afford it.
Sure.
But I can do a pro Muay Thai. I've had a few pro Thai fights that I've tried to make happen and then they drop out last minute.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I think every time that I've set up a pro Thai fight, the main event that had to replace it, that's an amateur fight, in my opinion, was always going to be more entertaining than the pro one.
Yeah. What are the rules, the different rules for that? Because I know some people wear pads, some people don't.
So in amateur Muay Thai, if you're in the novice rule set, meaning you have 2 or less fights, you have to wear headgear In shin guards, you can't throw elbows, so you can't wear the elbow pads yet. Then after that, you go no headgear, no shin guards. Then after that, and sometimes they make you still wear the shin guards if your opponent requests it. But
Yeah.
then after that, that's when you can get rid of the shin guards and you wear elbow pads and you can throw elbows. Then at the pros, you just remove the elbow pads and you could knee to the face.
Dang. That's rough.
And then for MMA, it's novice rules is you have to wear shin pads, and if it hits the ground, you can't ground and pound to the head.
Okay.
And that's only after you've had 2 MMA fights. Once when you've had 2, as long as the other guys also got 2, you can hit the ground and do full rules with that.
Yeah. And then most fighters just agree to that, or
Yeah.
yeah. What about the gloves?
The size of the gloves are 10 ounce for Muay Thai. For MMA, they're 6 ounce.
Okay.
Technically, you can do 5.5 ounce, but nobody makes those.
Are they the finger gloves or? Yeah. Cool. That allows you to like grab onto people.
Exactly.
And, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So what do we? So okay. So I ask everybody on this podcast. It's a last meal question. All right. Now, if you had one last meal, if you were on death row, and you could request anything you wanted, what would it be?
So I thought about this question.
Yeah.
I've got 2 potential answers, and I can't decide.
You could have them both.
Okay, cool.
You could have them both.
So there's this place in town called Yummy Ramen. Have you checked it out?
Haven't been there yet, but I want to. Yeah.
Delicious. So I get the spiciest thing on the menu they have. My body doesn't agree with it, but I don't care because it's so good. I'm willing to suffer. It's called the Hell Ramen,
Okay.
and it's just chicken and really spicy broth and ramen.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And then I usually get like a strawberry slushie with it.
Nice.
And then the other one is I was thinking about there's this spicy beef ramen bowl that I used to get when I was in Thailand, and I ate it every day at this one place.
Yeah.
And it was cheap, and it was so good.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things I would think of.
Noodles.
Yeah.
He's a noodle guy.
I didn't realize I would be into that, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Noodles are awesome. I think ramen is one of my favorite things to eat. Like, it's so comforting.
Yeah.
And the process of making it just requires you to boil down a broth until it's like gelatinous and thick.
So the Yumi Ramen place, it takes them 8 hours to make a batch of ramen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all in the broth.
It's so good.
It's like a super rich, fatty, sometimes chicken and pork and shrimp. And
Whenever I'm not feeling well, I usually go there too, and I'll eat it.
yeah.
And I just sweat. I'm literally dripping sweat. Like I look like I just went for a run, but it's just ramen.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, I actually went for a 6-mile run today. Yeah. Sweat my ass off. We spent the weekend at this retreat center too with a sauna. And so we spent like 45 minutes in the sauna. I'm just trying to rehydrate today. I'm feeling like a little out of it, but pretty good. But I'm sure you've got a lot of experience with saunas and
I
Epsom
flash
salt
back.
baths.
I can't stand being in a sauna sometimes.
I'm sure. You ever been in the sauna, like riding a bike in there?
Yeah.
In a full sweatsuit?
Yeah, it's awful.
I'm sure.
I will say my last fight, for the last month, I would do wind sprints on a treadmill at full incline.
Yeah.
I would do I forget, I think it was like 30 seconds on, 1 minute off, and I did that for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I would walk for 20 minutes, and then I would hop into the tub to do an Epsom soak, and I would just suffer.
Yeah.
I'd do that for like 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and I would just towel off and go to bed.
Yeah. And you wake up the next morning feeling like dehydrated.
Yeah. And I would go to bed, and I would sleep so hard. And the more weight I lost, the longer I would sleep. I remember sleeping 14 hours one time by the time I got to the end of it.
Yeah. Sleep is when your body recovers the most. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. But there is something, like I've been lean before, and there is something about it that just like that wolf in you.
You're just chomping at the bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it other than like there's a certain stage like in sparring, for instance, where like nobody can touch me. I just feel like I can feel the energy in the air, and I'm one with my own self and the surroundings around me.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I can just feel the vibrations of everything.
Yeah. That's being in the zone, man. That's the flow state.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee talks a lot about that, like being in, he compares it to like whitewater rafting, where you're in a dangerous position. You know, you're not focused on anything else. You can just see the what's in front of you, and you're kind of flowing with that energy. And fighting is absolutely the same thing. Yeah. I can imagine at your level, you've been doing this. How long have you been doing this?
I started training when I was about 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, so you're just so comfortable in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see it too. Like when I train, you've trained me before. I'm clumsy. I'm all over the place. And even just in jiu-jitsu, like, you know, at first, like through probably like my first 3 stripes into white and even into blue sometimes, I mean, I constantly have to remind myself, you know, calm down, relax.
Yeah.
You know, my adrenaline's pumping a million miles an hour.
It freaks people out when like they'll put me in a bad spot and I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Eyes are closed and I'm smiling and they're like, oh God, he's setting something up, which I am.
Yeah. Or probably a wrist lock.
I would never do that to anybody.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember it was so funny. This social media guy was at one of the jiu-jitsu tournaments challenging people, whoever, and he didn't do jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He was challenging people, and he challenged Don to a match that he recorded for his thing, and Don just wrist locked him in like 2 seconds. He's like, dude, didn't even give him a chance. But the thing is, being able to control your emotions, you know, in tough spots, I think martial arts, jiu-jitsu is primarily what I train, but... and I haven't been there in a while. I know. I need to get back.
Yeah.
But just that being under pressure and just martial arts in general, just one of the most valuable life lessons that I've learned is being able to remain calm in crazy situations. It's probably been a while for you since you felt that kind of energy, but you know, just starting out, I think a lot of people, that's like the biggest flaw is spazzy white belts, right? Like just freaking out and heart's racing and pumping and you don't know what to do and you're scared as hell that somebody's going to crush you or whatever. But the more you do it, the more you realize like, okay, I can just relax here, wait for my opportunity and then strike.
First time you and I met, I let you mount me and then I wrist locked you.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember you being like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. It comes on so fast, those wrist locks. You're like, what the hell? Because I had never even been wrist locked or even heard of a wrist lock before, and then I'm like, what the hell's happening? Oh shit, okay, tap. Yeah. When was the last time you were like genuinely like freaked out or like had that adrenaline?
I mean, where I was going, oh dear God,
yeah.
Oh dear God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Probably too long ago to remember, huh?
I'm trying to think the last time. I can recall of certain moments. All I can think of is back when I used to spar at King's MMA in Huntington Beach. Like, I remember Giga Chikadze and I sparring and him trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And he said to me beforehand, and this is, again, that weird stage, that wolf-like stage where you're at a certain point when he would reach 2 weeks out, he just became somebody where, like, if he just touched you, it just hurt.
Yeah.
And I just remember him looking at me and he said some choice words to me. And I didn't take it personally. I just knew I was having, like, he's entered into that state, that state of mind that makes you just want to kill something.
Yeah. He's a savage, a killer.
Yeah. So I just remember him beating the shit out of me and me just feeling helpless. And there came a day where I stopped doing that, where I remember one day he's kicking the crap out of me and I fired back and I gave him a black eye at one point.
Yeah.
I paid for it later, but it earned me a certain level of respect where he knew, like, you cannot just come in at me like that. Like, I will hurt you.
Yeah.
So I can't think of the last time that I felt any form of, like, being put in, even if I get my ass kicked now, I go, all right, cool.
Yeah. I remember a guy did the Mighty Mouse move on you at one jiu-jitsu tournament. He, like, threw you with a judo throw and then midair switched to an arm bar.
Yeah.
And got you.
Yeah. And even then, I didn't care.
Yeah. You're cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
What's like your big piece of advice for people that are just starting out in martial arts when it comes to that or anything else?
Be a sponge and have no ego.
Yeah.
If you come in with the expectation that you're going to do something to somebody, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Have no ego. Be willing to listen. And listen more than you speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very humbling, martial arts, getting beat up by like a kid or something. You know, somebody half your age. You're like, oh shit, I feel strong, I feel tough. I'm a blue belt now. And then some wrestler kid comes in and just like takes you down. You're like, oh shit.
That's how people feel sometimes when they roll the William.
Yeah, right?
They're like, oh, it's just a kid. And unfortunately, he still has this little baby face. He hasn't even started to grow facial hair, I feel like.
Yeah, he's got a little goatee now, little stringy hairs, yeah. But yeah, it's fun to watch him roll because, you know, you get these big guys that come in, like former military or whoever, big tough guys that come in as white belts, and they go against my son, who isn't even a blue yet. He's still yet to take his blue test. So I think he's still in the kids rank, yellow and gray or whatever. And he's just like a noodle and like wraps around him and chokes him out or whatever. So it's super cool to see. It's so cool to see people that are smaller, at a disadvantage, and just knowing the skills and taking out people that are bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that for you in your case? Like coming up, were you like always a smaller guy?
When I was wrestling in high school, I definitely wasn't a giant by any means.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gigantic now. I mean, I weigh 200 now, finally.
Yeah. Oh, he's finally a man now.
Yeah, right. But it forced me to learn proper technique because I was like, I can't outmuscle these guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for me, like Jim at one point was one of my main training partners back in the day, and that's a big man.
Yeah. He's like 6'5", 250,
I say 260 and he gets defensive. He's like, I'm 250. I'm like, yeah, okay. When you're on top of me, it don't feel like that.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it really forces you to look at good technique.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, even if I am bigger than somebody, I always assume that they're stronger than me. I always assume that they're better than me in some sort of way. So I go, all right, the technique has to be precise.
Yeah.
Things have to be calculated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's because you can't muscle your way out from under a 250-pound man.
Yeah, no. You have to find a way out logically.
Yeah. Or just wait. I think that's one of the biggest things for me is like rolling with Armani, for example, who's like a big heavyweight guy. Just being trapped under him, you can't do anything. Yeah. Like, so getting back to that like adrenaline dump and like the freaking out, that's not going to serve you. You just wait for your opportunity, rely on your skills, rely on your technique, your training, wait for your opportunity to strike, and then boom, you can get out.
Exactly.
Maybe. Maybe not. You might end up screwed. But yeah, martial arts has taught me and my son a lot, and thank you so much for coaching both of us.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. I can't think of...
Especially William is a sponge, and frankly, he's a resource as well, in my opinion. He's a good example to a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, he really tries. I mean, he loves it. I remember, similar to you, like, your parents kind of just being like, okay, go into this. Him and I watch kung fu movies all the time, and he loves like all the old ones too, like the ones that are dubbed and corny and cheesy. But we used to watch those all the time, and I kept telling him, like, you got to do a sport. You have to pick something.
Is that us?
No. There's somebody going by. Hopefully everybody's okay. You got to choose a sport. You have to do something physical, and something creative, and he didn't want to choose. So I'm like, all right, you're going to do karate. So he started in the karate program in Dakina. And then you came to town shortly after. And I was like, well, yeah, let's do this Muay Thai thing. And he just fell in love with it. And he's been with you ever since. So thank you so much for that.
I remember the first day that I trained him. And all I did was I went, we're going to move forward. Now we're going to learn how to move backwards. Yeah. This is a jab. This is a cross. This is a hook. This is a low kick.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I'm like, all right, that's the end of class. And all of them are like, that's the coolest ever. And I'm like, that is the most basic thing. But okay, if you enjoyed that, I'm not going to be mad about it either.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. And he's learned so much. I think, he talks about, I see him talking with other people about the sport and MMA and like, how to turn corners and all these little different details and stuff. And it amazes me how smart he is with fighting, with the sport. And that's all thanks to you and your coaching.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you've done a good job. Anything else you want to talk about here?
No, that's all I got. Unless you got more questions.
No. You got the Elite Fighting Promotions coming up September 20th at the Saratoga City Center. If people want to reach you for coaching or for anything, if they want to reach out,
you can go on Instagram at Saratoga Muay Thai, or you can go on to Facebook for Saratoga Academy of Elite Martial Arts. Those are the two ways that you can reach out if you're interested in training.
Cool. And I suggest everybody does. I think everybody needs to try martial arts or whatever, just even for self-defense purposes.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in the world today. I feel like you should be able to at least be able to defend yourself.
Exactly.
At the very least.
Doing all the dangerous security work I used to do, knowing what I know saved my life on more than one occasion.
Yeah. And it's knowing, like, you just see different behaviors in people, right? And knowing when to back away or when to confront.
Exactly.
I think one of the biggest things for me, like, just being in training, like, yeah, you feel more confident, but you also feel like, I don't want to fight.
No.
Because you never know what the other person's capable of, or if they're carrying a knife or a weapon or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. So everybody should try it. Everybody should train. And if you want to train, get a hold of Don Walton over at Saratoga Academy of Elite Martial Arts. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching. It's been a great one. This is a good buddy of mine. I wish you all the success and happiness, man. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Yeah. All right. Stay healthy, my friends.